Okay, we will call to order the regular meeting of the Batavia City Council for Monday, July 2nd, 2018. I would ask you to please rise for a brief invocation to be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight, as we meet on the 2nd of July, we're ever mindful that this coming 2 days away, we will be observing in grand style the 242nd birthday of America. And I think this causes a moment of reflection about all the greatness and success and wisdom and sense of democracy that the American scene has brought to our world. And we are ever thankful and mindful that while we continue to have our great debates, which are all part of the democratic process, the American scene is one that most of the rest of the world looks to with great admiration and envy, and hopefully guidance as they go about trying to bring their own affairs of state to order. So I just want to pay tribute to America tonight in honoring this, and also pay tribute to our own town, who for 68 consecutive years has always sponsored a 4th of July celebration, of which we've never put any property tax dollars into any fireworks. And I think that is an illustration of the sentiment of democracy that exists here, and the pride and appreciation that so many in Batavia hold for the principles of America. So tonight we want to remember all those from our community and from throughout our country who are continuing to serve on a foreign soil in defense of our liberties. And we just ask a special blessing of guidance and direction be given to each and every one of them. And also we ask for guidance tonight as we act on the various items of business before us as a city council. We ask for all these blessings. Amen. Alderman Callahan, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask the city clerk to please call the roll.
Brown?
Here.
Rosato?
Here.
Atack? Stark? Here. Chansett?
Here.
Wolf?
Here.
Salvati?
Here.
O'Brien?
Here.
Callahan?
Here.
Meitzler?
Here.
Millay?
Here.
Ewer?
Here.
Cerrone? And McFadden?
Here.
And let the record reflect that 12 of the 14 members of the city council are present and accounted for, so we have the necessary legal quorum to conduct business. So we will move then to item number 4, which are items to be removed, added, or changed on the agenda. Do we have any this evening?
I know of none.
Okay. Moving to item number 5 then, which is presentation of the consent agenda. And Alderman Fadden, I guess you get this tonight.
I do. Thank you, Your Honor. Consent agenda reads as follows. Approvals, the June 29th, 2018 payroll in the amount of $835,675.22. The accounts payable check register in the amount of $3,263,119.32. Resolution 1875R, approving a plat of subdivision for City Hall, Peg Bond Center subdivision. Ordinance 18-46, grant of a variance for a monument sign at 76 South Randall Road, Burrito Paria Mexicana. Ordinance 1847, annexing a part of 1381 Chautauqua Street. Ordinance 1849, annexing Pine Street, South Van Buren area. And Resolution 1881R, authorizing the execution of a reciprocal reporting agreement between the City of Batavia Police Department and the Batavia School District 101. I make a motion we approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Moved by Alderman McFadden, second by Alderman for the approval of the consent agenda as presented. Do we have anybody who wants to address the consent agenda tonight? All right, clerk, call the roll, please.
Brown?
Aye.
Rosato?
Aye.
Atack? Stark?
Aye.
Chansett?
Aye.
Wolf?
Aye.
Salvati?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye.
Meitzler?
Aye.
Millay?
Aye.
Ewer?
Aye.
Cerrone?
Aye.
And McFadden?
Aye.
Motion's approved by a vote of 13 yes, no no's, 1 absent, and let the record reflect that Alderman Cerrone has entered the proceedings of the meeting. So, motion's approved for the consent agenda. Okay, moving then to item number 6 for matters for the public for items not on the agenda. Do I have anything this evening? Okay, moving to 7, is honored to have Holly Dykman there from the Batavia Chamber of Commerce Executive Director, and she's got a report, I'm assuming, to give us.
As always, I have plenty to share with you this evening. Thank you all, the many of you that attended our Weedy Corp ribbon cutting and open house tours of their facility. I think that's one of the great things about our community from an economic development standpoint is that so many of us are there to support new businesses that come into our community. So thank you for that great showing of the community support for them coming from Germany to Batavia. On July 11th, we have our second BC Squared, which is the Batavia Chamber Breakfast Club. We do a breakfast networking now at 7:30 a.m. at the Comfort Inn and Suites. So those that can't join us for an evening networking get an opportunity to join us in the morning. We had an awesome turnout for our first one last month, so looking forward to another great gathering on July 11th. On July 13th through the 15th, we have Windmill City Fest. So we have, and the Chamber's responsibility is the food vendors. And this year, based on input from many residents, we have changed it up and got rid of some of the Carney folk and added our own local Batavia businesses. So Andre's Restaurant, Bernie's Bully Dogs, the Boy Scout Troop 43 from their Broughton Corn Boil that they always do up at the church. They're going to be joining us on Friday and Saturday to raise some money for their scouts. El Taco Grande will be there. Nolan's Edibles, which is a New Orleans style restaurateur from Aurora. Noonan's Sports Bar, which is from North Aurora. Pal Joey's, Salsa Verde, Team FIB Barbecue, Nothing Bunt Cakes, and many more, all representing local restaurateurs from our area. Also, of course, many I'm sure of you don't attend this part of the festival, but the beer tent will also be open if you just want to tell your relatives or neighbors. The beer tent will be open. They're doing inflatables again this year instead of the carnival rides and such because this is a little safer. Entertainment, of course, in the Peg Bond Center and the Craft and Vintage Market. So please join us July 13th through the 15th for Windmill City Fest, just a stone's throw away from where we are right now. On July 18th, we have our networking it, and this time we'll be at Gammon Coach House. So it'll be kind of in the outdoor patio area, and our partner charity is Moose Charities. So from 5 until 7 p.m. on July 18th, we'll be at Gammon Coach House. That is for members and non-members. Come and join us and get a feel for our chamber and hopefully decide to join us. July 26th, we have our HR educational series that we've partnered with Valley Industrial Association, and this month's topic is employee handbook updates. So if you or anyone from your organizations are interested in learning more about what should and should not be included in your employee handbook, check out our website for details on that. It's at 7:30 a.m. at Valley Industrial Association. And then July 28th brings the 26th annual chili cook-off. That is the Cassie competition chili cook-off. They bring about 30 different champions that come to our state, and then we crown the Illinois state champion for chili right here in Batavia. So we'll have about 30 different of those chili cooks, and then 7 community groups will be going head-to-head from the fire department, the city, the chamber, Main Street, the school district, the library. We are all going to be submitting our own chili. So come out and taste that as well. And we will be awarding a People's Choice for both the community group and also for the competition chili. And that is from 2 until 4 p.m. Again, Bernie's Bully Dogs will be down there, so you can put some chili on a dog. We're adding a watermelon eating contest as well, and a hot sauce eating competition with Gindo's hot sauces. So come on down, and then you can cool off with the fire hose challenge. So please join us on July 28th from 2 until 4 p.m. for the 26th annual chili cook-off.
And that's going to be at the Riverwalk?
Right across the street at the Peg Bond Center. And it's a fun day. They actually start rolling in about 7 a.m. With their 10 by 10 tents, and they get all set up around the grassy area there and cook their chili all day. And then we get a bunch of volunteers inside the Peg Bond Center tasting in heats. So it's a fun day. That's
Okay.
about all I have for you.
Any other questions from the council? Tell us the dates again of the Windmill City Days. Have we reduced the time down one day from?
It's July 13th through the 15th, so it is back to Friday through Sunday. They eliminated that Thursday kind of half-day thing they were doing for a couple years.
Okay.
And I was able to walk him around and meet many of you, but I have with me this evening Jeremy Schaus. He is the owner of River City Plumbing, and he is a new member of the chamber, but longtime Batavian and in business here in Batavia for a while. But I think he would like to come and tell you a little bit about what he does at River City Plumbing.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Holly. I also want to thank Holly and Margaret for convincing me to join the Chamber of Commerce because I previously had been members of other chambers, and I tell you what, this one's a lot more fun, and I get to meet a lot of great business owners. My name is Jeremy Schaus. I am the owner of River City Plumbing. It is a new business here in Batavia. I moved to Batavia, my wife and I, 13 years ago. We loved the location, we loved the town, and we especially liked the schools. We have two daughters, one in high school who's active in music and softball, and our youngest daughter is going to Rotolo this fall and also in music and softball. River City Plumbing is a service and remodeling company. I am currently a two-man, one-truck company. I have a growth goal of about 2 or 3 trucks. I really don't want to get much larger than that because I would like to keep it small enough to where I can focus on relationships and quality over size. I have a van that was a custom box where I carry most of what I need for service needs day to day. I don't want to use the word fully stocked truck because you can never have everything you need, but I like to have pretty much everything I could possibly encounter in most situations. I carry 2 water heaters, several different faucets, pipe, fittings, lawn faucets, sump pumps, ejector pumps, toilet parts, and a host of other things. I give my customers upfront pricing so they know exactly what to expect because most of the times when they're calling me, it's unanticipated repair, and that is for both commercial and residential. I wear a uniform because I try to break down all the ideas that people already have of what they expect when they call a plumber. I'll come to your home. I'll try to look neat and clean, speak to you in a polite manner, treat you with respect, treat your home with respect. I roll out a rug at the front door. I wipe my feet. I wear shoe covers in the home. I lay down tarps in the work areas, and most importantly, I clean up after myself. Sometimes it's a little cleaner than when I arrived there. That's really about it for what I do, but one thing I also like to mention is gas piping. A lot of people don't think of plumbers for gas piping, too. I try to use as much materials as I can get locally here. We did lose our plumbing supply house here in Batavia, which I was sad to see, but try to do as much with local business as I possibly can. But as far as my services go, pretty much if it's got water running to it or through it, I probably do it. And I like to put my personality in pretty much everything I do, take some of the duress away from some of my customers that they're experiencing when they call me. So just like you see on my business card, my tagline is rely on the river when you're up the creek. My phone number is 630-429-8704. You can also find me on the web at rivercityplumbing.net and on Facebook as well at River City Plumbing LLC.
And are you available 7 days a week or?
Excellent, thank you. Because I am a one-truck outfit, I do not guarantee or advertise 24-hour service. I pretty much run under Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. For a lot of my customers that I've continued to service locally here, I have gone out after hours, but only if it's a true emergency. If you have 5 bathrooms and 1 toilet's running, I'm going to bet you're going to make it through the weekend until I can get there on Monday. It's tough, but I'm confident in it. One thing I failed to mention is I've been a plumber for almost 20 years, working for other companies, servicing the local communities and residents for that time. This is just a new banner that started recently that I'm now serving a lot of the same customer base under.
Anybody in the council have any questions? Alderman Chances?
I'll just say that I'll vouch for him. I hired him 7 years ago when I redid my kitchen. Did really good work.
Thank you, Dan.
So we welcome you to our community as a business, and we wish you many years of business growth and success.
Thank you much. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. All right, moving to item 8, which is Resolution 18-82-R, change order number 5 with Williams Brothers Construction. Who's got this one? Alderman?
That would be me, Your Honor. This is just to approve the change order that we had just mentioned. There are 12 CMRs, contract modifications in this change order. We discussed those at the last COW meeting. I guess the largest, most important one would be did install the rental equipment for the odor control unit. And that's just to get us through the summer to control the odor emanating from the wastewater treatment facility. So I would make a motion, we pass Resolution 18-82-R authorizing change order number 5 at William Brothers Construction for the Phase 1 wastewater treatment plant rehabilitation project in the amount of $10,856.
Second.
Moved by Alderman O'Brien, second by Alderman Rosado for the approval of Resolution 18-82-R, change order number 5 with William Brothers Construction. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll.
O'Brien,
Aye.
Callahan,
Aye.
Meitzler,
Aye.
Malay,
Aye.
Ewer,
Aye.
Saron,
Aye.
McFadden,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Rosado,
Aye.
Atack absent, Stark,
Aye.
Chanson,
Aye.
Wolf,
Aye.
and Salvati.
Aye.
Motion's approved, 13 yes, no nos, 1 absent. Okay, moving then to item 9, the administrator's report. Laura?
Good evening. The committee of the whole meeting for tomorrow night is canceled. The next strategic planning meeting will be on July 9th, and that will be at the East Side Fire Station at 7:00 p.m. The staff is going to be meeting with our environmental consultant regarding the plan for remediation of the 1 Washington Place redevelopment site tomorrow afternoon, so we should be provided with additional information that we can then report out to you next week. In community and economic development, the city has closed on 2 pieces of property. One is the Wilson Spuler property on June 28th. Habitat for Humanity of Northern Fox Valley is the purchaser, and we are anticipating that they might be proposing a smaller development of only 4 lots instead of the 6 that the previous developer was proposing. And we don't anticipate that they'll be starting development very soon, maybe in about a year. Staff is working to finish up some last items in regards to the Prairie Commons development in order to have the final plat recorded. The permit for the Funway expansion should be issued this week, as well as the permit for the building of the Metronet hut, which is a key component of them being able to start delivering service within our area. The city has closed the business retention survey, and they're now aggregating and analyzing the data that they received. The draft report of survey findings is expected to be completed on or about July 20th. And then from finance, the City of Batavia audit is complete, and the comprehensive annual financial report and associated documents have been posted to the city's website and also filed with the appropriate entities. Brian Lefevre, a partner at Sikich, will be in attendance at the July 17th Committee of the Whole meeting to present the CAFR to the City Council. And if you notice on the web page now includes, we used to only have like 3 to 5 items on that front page. They now contain 10, so that there's a lot more information on our homepage. And that's all of the items that I have, unless anybody has any questions for me.
Any questions? Alderman Brown?
Yeah, and I just want to make a point, where the Wilson Spuler property, you mentioned that was purchased by the Habitat for Humanity. And just for those people that may have been following that and had maybe met with the purchaser that we were dealing with on the property and the designs of the buildings and the 6 lots that he was proposing, just so that they don't think anything's been pulled over on him. He was, the way I understand it, he was actually the purchaser, but at the closing there was a transfer, so Habitat for Humanity actually became the purchaser. And, you know, there was nothing pulled over on anybody, that this whole thing was not above board, but I think in the end run, they're going to be happier because it appears as though there's going to be 4 lots now,
Right.
not 6.
Right.
But I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that we weren't pulling anything over on anybody here. It's just that purchaser had decided that he didn't want to follow through with his plans and look for a buyer at that time, and so it was a dual closing, I guess you could say.
Right.
Yeah, in my conversations with the Habitat folks during the closing, they actually are planning to improve the design of the homes. They thought that, what was proposed was a little too plain, actually. So they're going to be coming back with some improved designs on those homes when they do go
Good.
forward.
That's all I have.
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, committee reports, Alderman Brown.
Nothing really to report, Your Honor. Our city administrator just talked about what meetings were canceled, so I have nothing more.
Okay, Alderman McFadden, you have anything under government services?
I do not, Your Honor.
Okay. City services, Alderman Wolf.
A couple things coming up on the COW meeting on July 10th. We have a resolution for authorizing an extension of employment agreement with John Dillon. And I think that's it.
Okay. Public utilities, Alderman O'Brien.
Nothing to report, Your Honor.
All right. We have other business from the council. Anybody? Okay, moving to 12, the mayor's report. I guess the one thing I would like to just take a second to talk about is Wednesday night. As I say, it's the 68th annual fireworks program. The city staff has had several, the department heads and members of the staff have had several meetings to, as they annually do, put this thing together. Chief Mazur, not to put you on the spot, but is there any changes in our driving or parking or street closings out there that are going to take place?
The only changes this year are the impacts of the sewer project at Morton and 31 because of the closure there. We, in our press release, had let the public know that there may be more congestion than usual, just to be patient. Along with Public Works, we did plan some alternative routes out of the event area, so it may be slower going than in years past, but we are planning for that.
Yeah, I had a lady call me late this afternoon and wanted to know about specifically Main Street. And our general practice there is we shut that down during the fireworks program and after, for what, about a half hour after, to let everybody exit?
Correct. Actually, what we did last year for the first time, and it seemed to work out very well from a safety standpoint, we shut down Main Street as soon as the high school parking lot on the Main Street side filled up. Now, handicap and VIP parking is still accessible by going eastbound on Main Street. So we're planning on shutting down Main Street probably right around 8 o'clock. That's when we shut it down last year. And then at the conclusion of the fireworks, at about 9:30, the road will probably be reopened around 10 o'clock. It's usually about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, as we let the pedestrian traffic safely get off of Main Street before we reopen Main Street to motor vehicles. So that plan will stay the same.
I might note that they used to joke in the police department when I was involved with that organization that this event is the largest traffic jam in Batavia at any time during the year. Nothing else comes anywhere near this as far as backups and number of people and people wanting to go this way and that way and whatever. And certainly with the development of Randall Road, we probably have increased the attendance numbers by some significant factor. So we do have thousands, literally thousands of people out there. And if you ever wanted to see Batavia at any one point in time, Wednesday night is the best time to do it as far as the number of people who come out, because there's nothing else that we do in town, bar nothing, that gets as big a crowd as this thing does. And so, and a lot of it, I think, to our credit, is not Batavia people. I have other people in other towns calling up wanting to know the particulars or the details of it, and other city officials from other towns are asking me and whatever. So it just kind of grew in popularity, I think, because it was well done and it's well managed and handled, and hopefully we'll get through another show without any difficulties. So thanks to all the city departments and everybody that spends a lot of extra time. There's some of the, Chief Mazur, who I just recognized, he spends a lot of time with this thing before it gets on the street. And so this is not done just on a wing and a prayer. We spend a lot of time putting this together. Alderman Stark?
I just wanted to note, Pal Joey's is closed on the 4th of July, but they are allowing people to park in their parking lot to avoid some of the Main Street congestion. There is a $5 charge for parking in the parking lot, and all of that is a donation to the Batavia Fireworks. So whether you park at the high school, several lots along Main Street and Wilson Street, or Pal Joey's, those are all donations to the Batavia Fireworks, which is one of the larger fundraisers of the evening, is the parking.
So,
Oh, and they're getting a $5 off coupon the next time you go to Pal Joey's?
Yep.
Alderman Brown?
There's a chance of a storm rolling through, I hear, so should it get rained out, is there a rain date
It's
or
the next night.
the next night?
I think we are kind of under the gun because of the guy that fires the fireworks off. He's got that stuff sitting out there in the field, and I think he covers it, but he doesn't want to let it sit there for very long before it gets either soiled or somebody starts messing around with it. So they like to get that show fired as quickly as they can, because that's a lot of powder sitting out there in the middle of the field on Main Street that they don't want to have get spoiled or contaminated, or anybody tries anything funny with it. So I would tell you, I guess it will be the next night. If it rains then, I guess it's the next night. But I mean, we got to get it over with. It's one of these things that we can't, let hang on forever because of the issue that's involved in it. All right, I'll stop my report there, so we'll get this done before the hour arrives. Alderman Brown, you want to make a motion?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Moved by Brown, second by Savati. Clerk, take a voice vote.
All in favor?
Aye.